Hello, hello. Welcome to the Intro to VoiceOver Coffee Chat Lunch and Learn. Glad to have you here. Please let me know if you cannot hear me in the chat so that I'm not rambling and talking a lot before we get started. Also, I'm already choking, so I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Welcome, everyone. Please introduce yourself in the chat. Let me know your name, where you're from, what interests you in voiceover. If you're already a voice actor, let me know how things are going for you. We won't be here long. We do have quite a few people registered, so I want to give time for people to get into the room before we dive into this webinar. It'll be quick. We won't be here long, so it won't be 2 hours like my workshops and things like that. Maybe 45 minutes to an hour, just to chat about demos, because that is the topic for today that we're going to be discussing, and the importance of your demos for voice acting. So yes, please go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat. Let me know your name, where you're from, what interests you in voiceover, what interests you in learning more about demos per se. Do you have a demo? Are you looking to produce a demo yourself or go into the studio? We're going to talk about all of that here on this quick meeting, okay? So also, there is a delay between the chat and my stream. So if I'm just sitting here and it just looks like I'm just looking off into space, I'm still with you. It's just a delay. It's about a 10-15 second delay before I can get to see what is in the chat. Unlike how I do on my workshops, I always have you wait until the end for Q&A for my workshops. However, for this particular live, while I'm going through the information, go ahead and drop your questions in the comments, and then I'll come back to answer your questions once I'm done with giving you all of the information that I have to give you, okay? Or the conversation that the topics that I'm touching on when it comes to demos. So if you have questions already in mind regarding demos, go ahead and drop them. And if time permits, at the end, you can ask any questions that you want about voiceover, period, okay? But let's try to keep it with demos to start. And then at the end, if we still have time, you can ask any questions that you want to ask about voiceover, okay? Right now, this is a private video, so I plan to possibly make this video public on my YouTube channel. So there's going to be a few things that we talk about on this channel or on this video that will be expired or won't be happening in real time. So if you are someone who's watching the replay, welcome. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. You can still make sure that you follow me, make sure that you have my email address and things like that. If you're interested in keeping in contact, keeping in touch, or joining my training program, definitely want to make sure that you have access to that as well. It's all here in the video for you, even if you're not watching us live here on, what day is it? Monday, March 20th at 11:30 a.m. or whatever time it is, wherever you may be. So again, we'll be quick because I know some of you are on your lunch break. Some of you out on the West Coast may be on your way to work. Who knows? But we will not be long, okay? So let's see if we've got some introductions before we get started. See a few of my students in here. Hello. Good to see you guys. All right, we got Miss Terry. Terry is one of my wonderful students. Hello, Terry. So is Mr. Kendall. Hello, Kendall. Glad to have you. So is Miss Rhonda. Hello, Rhonda. Glad to have you here. This is your first coffee chat that you've done? Okay, cool. I think this is the third one that we've hosted. So welcome. And Kelvin is one of my students as well. Hello, Kelvin. Hey, nephew. Inside joke. All right. And we've got Diamondback. Hi, you were on the workshop the other day. Glad to have you here. Good. All right. So again, we're going to talk about demos, talk about the importance of it, all of that good stuff. Please do not be shy, because like I said, most of the people here who are commenting are already with me. But I want to get to know those of you who are not. So go ahead and drop your information as we go along. Also, any questions that you have regarding demos, make sure you go ahead and drop them. Diamond, was that you on Instagram singing Part of Your World? I think I commented on your post. Was that you? And I think you asked the question on the workshop the other day about me and animation and why I didn't want, or what deterred me from animation. Funny story is that song is my absolute favorite song to sing, favorite Disney song to sing. And that was the reason or the motivation for me to get into voice acting was that exact song. So very nice job. It was beautiful. Drop your Instagram so that people can go check you out. Again, this is a networking event. Make sure you're dropping your information. Those of you with podcasts, make sure you're dropping your information in the chat so that people can know where to find you. Take advantage, take advantage, take advantage. So good. All right. So we've got enough people in the room. We're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. So again, just go ahead and drop your questions and I'll come back and look to see where the questions are and make sure that I can answer those at the end. Going to be quick, not going to take a whole lot of your time. Okay. All right. So the first thing, the importance of demos. Okay. So demos and voiceover are essentially your resume. All right. So in voice acting, we don't write out a resume like you would necessarily for on-camera acting. You know, you have your 3 columns. There's formatting for everything, right? So an on-camera acting resume is completely different than your job resumes that you would be completing to fill out work or fill out for a job that you're, going to a 9 to 5. Your acting resume is different. Your VO resume is your demo. Okay. So it is very important that your demo is of high quality, pristine, and no mistakes, no issues, because you got one shot. Okay. Especially if you're spending money to get it produced, which is always the suggestion. All right. So your demo needs to reflect your skill and your ability, and it needs to be versatile. So I also talk about a lot on my workshops about finding your niche, which is super important for you to do in VO. But also when you are recording your demo, you need to be able to show your strengths in different areas, different genres and delivery styles, because that agent that you're submitting that demo to needs to be able to know that they can place you anywhere. So if there's a placement ad that is calling for someone to do a PSA for some sort of cause, you need to be able to pull those heartstrings, right? So your voice needs to be able to reflect that. If it is a radio ad that is looking for someone to be a little bit more upbeat or comedic, you need to be able to reflect that as well. So your demo should be able to reflect all of those different things. There's different ways where you can place certain things. It's a whole lot to the structure of a demo, but for the most part, that is how you need to look at it as your resume. Okay. There's different types of demos. Sorry, guys, if you're not writing down, because I'm not going through any slides or anything. So if you have a pen and pad, write down all these things that I'm telling you, jot it down, take notes, because I'm not going through any slides or anything. Okay. So there's different types of demos that you can record. Okay. There's your commercial demo. That is your main one that you want to have as your resume, as your billboard for your VO content. Okay. A commercial demo is what you would submit to an agency. Okay. So it is important for anybody who is in the voiceover industry to have a commercial demo, even if commercial is not where you want to go or where you want to stay in your career. You need to have a commercial demo. You need to have a professionally produced commercial demo. Okay. You can have a narration demo for ebooks or for ebooks. Yeah, ebooks or audiobooks is what I'm trying to say. Not ebooks, audiobooks and e-learning. Okay, is what you need to have a narration demo for. So your narration demo, you wouldn't necessarily, probably not at all, be submitting that to an agency, a talent agency. Okay, but it is good to have that for yourself for things like ACX, for you to be able to put a narration demo there, for your website, for you to have a narration demo there, so that when you go to shop publishing houses that you want to get signed to, you have something to show for. You can lead them to your narration demo so that they can hear you actually read, they can hear you narrate the e-learning content. If you're reaching out to instructional designers, things like that, to do e-learning, it is good to make sure that you have a demo for narration. Okay. Now, again, you will not be submitting a narration demo to an agency because most talent agencies are looking for commercial radio, things like that. They're not booking for audiobooks. Publishing houses are booking for audiobooks, or you are self-producing through a site, like I said, like ACX. So narration demo is important for that. Character demo. Those who want to go into animation, it is good to have a character demo that can reflect your different character voices. Okay. If you are going to produce a character demo, you want to make sure that you are doing multiple characters. I've heard some demos that have been sent to me to review that it's the same character throughout the entire demo. I don't see any versatility with that, okay? So if you're going to produce a character demo, make sure that you are voicing various characters. Now, you can have a character voice on your commercial demo, okay? One of the little pieces of your demo can reflect the character if you are good at that, or if there's a particular character voice that you're good at, you could put it on your demo. That's perfectly fine, because guess what? Television, there's cartoons out there, there's animation and movies and things like that where a character voice may be necessary. But if you don't have strong multiple characters, just stick with one character and just pop it into your commercial demo, okay? Profile demos. So you should all have profiles set up, especially on free sites. We talk about Fiverr, we talk about Upwork, we talk about Facebook and Instagram. All those things are free 99, okay? And you should have accounts set up on all of those spaces, okay? You can have demos that reflect your voice on those sites. Most of the time, you can have multiple demos. For Fiverr, for example, you can have demos. You can have your commercial demo on there. You can have your narration demo on there. You can have your character demo on there. You can have demos of other little things that you've done. That way, whatever your gig is that you are creating on Fiverr, you can be creating multiple gigs for multiple different genres of VO. So if you're familiar with Fiverr, usually the way that you list a gig is I can blah, 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 your blah, blah, blah. So I can voice your next commercial. I can voice your next product commercial. So for that, you might have your commercial demo attached to that gig. I can voice your next e-learning project. So with that gig, you would have your e-learning or narration demo attached to it. I can narrate your next audiobook. You can have your audiobook narration demo there. I can voice the next character for your next animated project. You have your character demo there. So again, you can set up multiple gigs on Fiverr and have different demos to reflect your voice for each one of those areas, okay? Same with the other freelance sites. You can just have different pieces. It's always good for you to file small clip demos of things. So even when you produce a full commercial demo, it's important for you to chop it up so that you have those various genres already recorded. That way, if someone says, I'm looking for somebody to do a PSA for Cancer Society, that little piece, that little nugget that was in your commercial demo, rather than sending them your whole demo, you can just send them that little clip. And it's easy because you can go to it in your file folder, send it with your submission, okay? Because with those sites, you don't have to send a full demo. You can just send clips. They just want to hear samples. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's talk about some do's and some don'ts, okay? Here are the do's, and this first one is what I will always suggest. Always, always, always have the demo professionally produced in a studio. Find your local recording studio, call them up, ask them if the engineers that are in this studio have ever had experience with producing voiceover work. If so, try to book a session with that engineer, okay? You want to make sure that everything is perfect for your demo. Again, this is your business card. This is your resume. This is what is going to get you to the money, okay? You want to make sure that you don't get blacklisted or put into a box where they're like, nope, trash it. We don't want to hear it anymore. We don't want to hear from this person anymore. You don't want to just go out here submitting your demo to any and everybody without it being professionally produced, okay? That is my first tip that I will always give when it comes to recording your demo. Now, you can DIY. I am the DIY queen. I'm all for DIY. I help people DIY their demos. So you just have to make sure that you have a home studio. Make sure that your home studio is top-notch quality. It's set up. It's good. You know how to record. You know how to edit. Even if you're going to DIY, I would still make sure that you are either on a Zoom call or doing it through Source Connect or something with a coach or an engineer. Because again, you want to make sure that it is right. You want to make sure all the post-production is correct. You want to make sure all the levels are correct because you're going to have background music, things like that. You want to make sure it's royalty-free music that you're using, and you may not know where to find that. All of those things go into play when it comes to producing a professional demo. All right. So you can DIY, but you just want to make sure that you are being coached through it. And you want to make sure that you have your studio set up and you know how to record, edit, and do all of the things that are necessary to make it perfect. It literally has to be close to perfect. Okay. Have at least 5 to 6 various genres and styles of VO copy to show your versatility and range. Okay. So you want to be able to make it flow. Okay. So you want to have something that's excited, and then it goes into something that's a little more serious. Then maybe that's where your character pops in. Then it's something a little more upbeat again. Then something a little more cool. That's usually the order in which I like to produce, is in that order. Okay. So that way it's kind of flowing like this. All right. It's not flatline like this. It's not just one voice. It's reflecting different various styles. Okay. Include sound effects and background music. Okay. That is necessary on your demo as well. If you do not know how to produce that, if you do not know how to edit that in, that is why it is just best for you to go to an engineer or producer who knows how to do so, or a coach. Oftentimes, sometimes a coach should be able to do that if they're producing. All coaches don't produce. I produce, but all coaches don't produce. So engineer, producer, that's your best bet. Okay. The duration of your demo should be no longer than 60 seconds. No shorter than 60 seconds. It needs to be 60 seconds exactly. Okay. You have 60 seconds to show what you can do. All right. Now, there are some agencies that I've seen out there that will accept up to 1:30 on demos. I have seen that. Very rare. Not often do I see that. Usually it's 60 seconds. That 60-second mark is where it's cut off. Before you go into the studio, if there are particular agents that you know that you want to submit to, go and look at the criteria on their website first before going in the studio, because some of the rules or some of the parameters in which they want you to submit, they may tell you whether or not they want you to slate your demo or not. The days of slating have kind of gone away. However, in some instances, in some cases, they may require a slate. A slate is basically you are stating your name at the beginning of the demo. Hi, my name is Erica. That's it. Nothing more, nothing more. You only got 60 seconds to show your voice. Simple introduction. Hi. My first demo said, hi, I'm Erica Porter, because that's my real last name. All right. So that's all it said. My new demo does not have a slate. So, but again, if there's a particular agency that you know you've been eyeing for a while, that you have a dream to go and be a part of, make sure that you are looking into the parameters and see if they say anything about slating. If it doesn't say anything about slating, don't worry about slating. If it says to slate, make sure you slate, because if they turn on that demo and they do not hear a slate in the beginning, they're going to turn it off. Okay. They don't have time for you not following directions. All right. Which leads me to my next. Follow submission instructions to the T. Everything that they say to you in the submission criteria, you need to follow. All right. I've had where people have asked me if they can send me a demo to listen to. Sure. And I say, send it in this format, or send it in this file format. And they decide that they're going to send it to me their way. Well, I just sent it this way because I figured it'd be with a long paragraph explanation. No, ma'am, no, sir. Okay. If the agency says, there's agencies out there who still require demos to be sent via snail mail. They want you to put it on a flash drive, put it in an envelope, and put it in the mail. Okay. It still happens. It still exists. And you still have to follow that instruction. You can't decide, oh, I'll just email her. Nope. You got to follow the instruction. Okay. So make sure you are following all of those things. So those are all the do's, all the things that you want to do. Don'ts. Do not attempt to DIY if you do not have a proper home setup and you are unfamiliar with editing techniques. Okay. Do not do that. It's just going to set yourself up for failure. Now, let me say, for those small clips that you want to put on your social media, that you want to put on your freelance site, go at it. Go for it. It gives you good practice in your home studio to be able to record and edit. Those are fine. You can record those types of demos all day long and save them, record them, have them listened to, reviewed, create little commercials, little ads to put on your social media. Perfectly fine. What I'm speaking about is a professional demo that you are looking to shop around for agency representation. Okay? That is what you do not want to DIY if you do not have the proper setup. We talked about slating. So I already touched on that. So if it says not to slate, or if you don't see anything that says to slate, just stay away from slating. Do not provide your contact information on your demo. Okay. So again, you need every bit of that 60 seconds to show off your voiceover work. All right. So you want to just, if you're going to slate, you say hello, state your name, and it should go straight into your recordings all the way up until that 60-second mark. Nothing else at the end, nothing else being stated at the end. All of your information should be in the submission criteria. So an agency says, hey, send over an MP3 of your 60-second VO demo. Fill out this form. On that form, all your contact information is there. Okay, so you do not need to record it. Do not put that on your demo. Okay, you need all of your 60 seconds to show off your beautiful voice. All right. Copy. Write your own copy. Do not take copy from scripts that you see online or that you see on free sites that are giving free scripts. Those are great for practice, but do not use those for your professional commercial demo. Okay. Write your own copy if you do not have any VO experience. Okay. If you have done some VO work that is not of the highest quality, but the copy is something that you actually voiced for a commercial or for an ad or whatever it may be, but it may not sound that great, you can still use that same copy, just re-record it in your demo. But just make sure that whatever the copy is that you are recording does not belong to the masses, which means that everybody can access it. Everybody's recording it, because guess what? As soon as they turn on that demo and they hear that same 7-Up commercial that everybody got off that website, it's in the trash. All right. So the best bet, the best way to go is to just write your own copy. We've had some copywriting workshops, which we will have another one coming up soon, probably in the next couple of months, if not next month, another copywriting workshop. I suggest that you attend so that you can kind of learn all of the flows and what you need to do to write your own copy for your demo. Okay. So speaking of that, if you are going to write your own copy, you kind of want to outline it in this fashion. So you want to have your client, your fake client, make it up. It can be whatever you want. Just make something up. The placement, where is this going to be reflected, or where is this going to play? Is it going to be on television? Is it going to be on the internet? Is it going to be on the radio? Where's the placement of this ad that I'm creating? The industry. What industry is it? Is it the automotive industry? Is it the medical healthcare industry? Beauty industry? What industry is this particular VO going to go to? Your delivery style and mood. Is it upbeat? Is it sad? Is it relaxed? Is it cool? Is it frantic? Is it scared, afraid? Whatever emotion it is reflecting, that should be your delivery style and mood. And then from there, once you've got all that figured out, then it's time for you to write your copy. Okay. Then you kind of have an idea or an outline of where you want to go with the copy. All right. Your delivery style should reflect or should express the brand value. Okay. It should capture the attention of your audience, which is something else that you want to figure out who your audience is with that particular ad. The outcomes, benefits, promises. What is it that you are letting the audience know that they can get by listening to what you have to say? Emotional resonance. Again, if this is a PSA announcement for the American Cancer Society or heart disease or something like that, are you pulling the heartstrings of the listeners? All right. And a call to action. Is there a phone number that they need to call? Is there a website that they need to go to? Is there a store that they need to walk into the doors? The call to action needs to be there. Okay. You have to sell. Okay. You also have to act, because you are going to be acting as an ambassador of whatever the brand of that ad is that you created. You are acting as the ambassador. Okay. So keep those things in mind. All right. So that is pretty much the basics of creating a demo or the importance of a demo. Now, you can, again, like I said, DIY. That is perfectly fine. But you just need to make sure that you have all of the proper equipment, the proper setup, all of that going. Okay. Now, you do have, let me see. Hold on. I will be hosting soon and very soon, probably over the summer, a DIY demo class. Okay. It will be live. So it will not be an online course. I mean, it'll be online because it'll be virtual, but it will not be like my other online courses, the self-paced courses. It's going to be a live course. Needs to be a live course in order for this to work. It'll be a 6-week long course. Okay. 1 to 2 days per week where we will meet in the evenings. Actually, I'm not even going to give too much information. Just know that there is a DIY demo class that will be a very fun experience coming soon. Okay. So if that is something that you are interested in doing, you've got some time, you've got a couple of months to get yourself together, get your equipment and everything together so that you can be ready when it's time to DIY and get you a professionally produced demo by the end of the summer. Okay. So that you can start shopping it around, start making some money. All right. So that is coming soon. Not going to give too much information because I just want to save it for when we're ready. So just know that it will be great. It will be fun. We're going to have a blast, but just look out for that coming soon. Okay. Also, I have another workshop coming up on Saturday from 2 to 4. So if you are not registered yet, I'm going to drop it in the chat where you can get registered for the upcoming workshop. Also, in about 2 minutes, we're going to have a power hour. It is the anniversary of Erica Dawn Voices. So to all my students here, happy anniversary. All right. 2 years in business for Erica Dawn Voices this month. All right. So I'm celebrating that. I am trying to get new people involved, get people on our program. All of you who are here, who are my students, can attest to how great and how wonderful our program is. Let the people know. But we will be having a power hour here in the next 2 minutes from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, where you will be able to get 50% off the Intro to VoiceOver course and our training program. Okay, so won't go into too much of a spiel of what that is, how that works, all that. That is the link to the workshop. The workshop is free. That is coming up on Saturday. But if you would like to join our program and get with all of these wonderful people who have been on their journey to voiceover success, you can. So there's a promo code. Here it is. Power Hour is starting now. So from now until 1 p.m., even if we're off the live, it's going to go until 1. You do have the ability to get 50% off the Intro to VoiceOver course. With the course, you get access to our monthly meetings, which we have a meeting on Sunday, I believe, right? Yes, I think so. We have a meeting on Sunday. So you would have access to our class meeting. You would have access to our Facebook community group, which is a private group where just students of Erica Dawn Voices are invited to come on and chat with each other. They can tell you all about it. We've got some productions coming up. We just did a production over the holidays of Frosty the Snowman, an audio production. It was super fun. It was great. Kelvin was in there. Terry was in there. Miss Rhonda was in there. It was a good time. We produced that, and then Miss Terry has a production that will be coming up soon that we are going to be working on producing also with audio. And we have another student, Tempest, who is also creating a production that we will be putting out soon. So a lot is going on. So you want to be a part of it. You want to come and join our team. You want to start with your learning. It's self-paced. Again, you take your time with it. You can do so at that link, and make sure that you use that promo LUNCH50, and it will give you 50% off. It'll also give you 50% off the payment plan, or not 50% off, sorry, 30% off the payment plan option. Okay. So 50% off the full course, which is the better deal. It's the better deal. You're going to pay way less than if you do the payment plan, but you can get 30% off the payment plan if you choose to. Okay. So Power Hour starting now. All right. Questions also starting now. So let me get rid of this banner And let me go and find, oh wait, not that one. We want to keep that one. We want to get rid of this one. There we go. All right, questions. Let me go to the comments. Let's see what we got. Oh, Kendall, you've got a lot of questions. All right, let's start from the top. Let's see. Oh, I lost it. Kelvin said, how long should a demo be? Hopefully you heard my answer with that. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Kelvin says, I honestly need to schedule you one-on-one. I'm ready to transition some things. Okay, let's get it going. Get those one-on-ones in for sure. That's another thing. If you do join the program, guys, you also get a really heavy discount on one-on-one coaching. So my one-on-ones are now $100 an hour. However, if you are part of the program, it's only $35 an hour. So take advantage of all of that. You also get student discounts on everything. Once you're in, and it's a wonderful thing. So yes. Kendall says, my acting resume is fake, but we're going to add some real experience. Oh yeah. Yes, let's get it going. It's time. Kendall, it's your anniversary too. You've been here about a year, little over a year. All right. You joined last January. So yeah, it's time. Let's go. Let's go. Outside of your voice, what information should reflect on your demo? Nothing but your voice. That's it. It's all about your voice. Now you should reflect the different skills that you can use with your voice, because that is the whole purpose of you being a voice actor. They don't just want to hear Kendall through it. They want to hear Kendall, the voice actor. Okay. So you guys know how I say on my workshops all the time, like pay attention to my speaking voice. It's completely different than when I put on my acting voice all the time. Okay. You asked about noise and sound effects. Yes. So you want to make sure that you have some sound effects, some music. Do you have a multi-genre website I can see? Multi-genre, clarify what you mean by multi-genre website. If you mean someplace where you can see different genres of VO scripts, yes, I do have a website for that. But again, do not use those scripts for your demo. You can take a look at them, but don't use them for your demo. Also, are there any stigmas with regards to voicing mature content and making demos for that? No, there's not. Now, you're not going to submit that to an agency, okay? However, there are publishing houses that literally stick to that area, and that is the area that they do. Have any of you ever heard of Dipsea? Dipsea is an app. It's a storytelling app, but it is of the erotica genre. So that's all they want is that type of style, okay? I can find it while we're on here, and I can drop the link. You can submit to Dipsea. There is a criteria process for you to, as like a Google form that you fill out and submit an audition to. I'll find it while we're here and I'll post it. But yeah, you can have a demo. You can record a demo that you can submit with your audition for something like Dipsea. It's an app that just has like erotica stories of different stories. But I see the ads for it on Instagram all the time. Working on research now, but what to look for, especially if they don't have experience. Again, not sure what you mean by that. Where should your strongest delivery go? Good question. In the beginning, right from the start, put your strongest at the front. Okay. Strongest at the front. Kelvin says slate or no slate. We talked about that. Yeah, you can if you want to. What I like to do is for the commercial demo, if the commercial demo, if it specifically says on the site, do not slate, do not slate. If it specifically says to slate, definitely slate. If it doesn't say either or, you make a decision on what you want to do. Okay. Now you can do, like, let's say the site says do not slate. You can have an unslated demo. You can slate your demo and then just cut the slate off and then use that for future if you don't want to slate on future demos or things like that. So slate or record a slate and then just cut it off and have two versions, one with a slate, one without, in case you are submitting to multiple places. Okay. Yes, you can use a slate clip, then reuse as applicable. Yes, very good advice. Yes. And yes, the slate does count towards that 60 seconds. So that's why I stand against it, because you want to use all that time as much as possible. Okay. All right, let's see. And you said, have all my questions finally calm down. Finances say, okay, let's get it, Kendall. Looking for a reference to build my website and never heard of Dipsea, but we'll look into it. Yes, let me find it real quick, the website. But absolutely. I also have, which I'm going to be coming up, which we'll talk about this all on our meeting too, a romance novel narration workshop. All right, it's not going to get too crazy. We ain't doing all that. But a romance novel narration workshop, because I don't want to just do an audiobook narration workshop. I want to do something unique. Y'all know I'm all about doing things different. Romance novel narration workshop coming soon. Also, that DIY demo class coming soon. All right. There's the website to dipseastories.com. Check it out. The website says, let us tell you a sexy story. Start your free trial. You scroll to the bottom of the page. It says how you can voice act with us. That's what it says. All right. Any other questions? I know you guys got questions. There's 13 people here. Ask away. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. I'm here to answer. Ask away. Again, there's a delay. I'm going to take another sip. I'm going to mute myself. Hopefully I don't forget to unmute myself. Kendall's the only person with questions. Really, guys? Come on. Because I know what's going to happen. As soon as you click off of here, I'm going to get emails with all these questions. Ask your questions. It's a safe space. Your question, someone else may have the same question you have. Okay, so let's get off demos then. Just questions about voiceover in general, questions about breaking into the business, questions about the coaching program, questions about how you feel about VO. Drop your information in the chat, anything. Kendall says that he's holding half of his. Don't hold them. Go ahead and ask them, since no one else has questions. I know they do. They just aren't typing them in the chat. No more questions. All right. Well, okay. Terry's got a question. Are these the only demo areas? Demo for book narration, film narration, and commercial? There wouldn't be a demo for film narration. Now, if you wanted to record a trailer, you can put that on your commercial demo, because that falls into the television, film, all of that. Yes, and then like I said, character demos. But if you're going to create a demo for character, you need to have different characters that you can reflect. Otherwise, just have a character voice that is reflected on your commercial demo. And then your narration demo. So yes, those are the areas of demos. When it comes to agency representation, there's one caboodle. That's your commercial demo. When you are submitting to publishing houses, because that's different than submitting to a commercial talent agency. When you are submitting to publishing houses, They're going to want to hear your narration demo. So they want to hear that you can narrate audiobooks. So you want to have a demo for that. All right. Ooh, good question, Rhonda. What are signs of a reputable agency? Wonderful question. Thank you. If an agency is asking for money up front, it is not a reputable agency. If an agency is texting you or calling you about a cattle call audition to come in and see if they want to represent you, it is not a reputable agency. Is it an agency? Yeah. It's not the type of agency you're looking for, though. You want to find an acting talent agent that has a full website with a roster of talent that they represent. Usually you'll see a bunch of headshots of different actors that they have. Those agencies, the acting agencies, there's a few agencies out there that are just for voiceover work. Most talent agencies will have a voiceover division. So you want to search for acting talent agencies for on-camera work and see if they have a voiceover division. Okay. Same there. You'll see a roster of people, or you'll see a bunch of clips of where you can hear the people that are on the roster. If they have a specific way for you to submit for representation, that's how you can tell if it's reputable. But if it's one of those, hey, you just $250 and we'll represent you, come in with your resume. Usually they're asking for a written resume, which is all wrong. All of that, you stay away from that. Your agent is going to be working for you. Your agent is going to be taking a percentage off the back end of whatever you book. So that is how they make their money. They do not make their money up front off of you. There are certain percentages that they take, which is the norm. So they are going to take a commission off of your bookings, but usually it's all reflected before you even, you still have to audition for things because they're going to send you auditions. They're not going to just automatically book you unless you're offer only, but they're not going to just book you. You're still going to have to audition for things, but in the audition, at least how my agency works, they actually send out all of the information about pay, how much it's going to pay, how long it's going to run, how much the percentage fee is that they're taking. All of that is laid out before you even hit record to audition. So that is how you know if it is a reputable agency. Oh, Calvin, you did such an amazing job. There are no questions to ask. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Kendall, this is a good question. Can I schedule a studio tour in your area? A studio tour in my area? Or you mean in your area? What you want a tour in my area for? Schedule a tour. I think that's a great idea to walk in. Well, let me not say that. Some studios are locked up. Okay, like the studio I go to for audiobook narration, they got that place locked up. You can't get in there. But maybe you can call and ask for a tour. There's different studios that will offer a tour for you to come in and check it out. While you're there, ask those questions. Even ask if they have Source Connect. That is a really good question to ask. Ask if they have engineers who are well versed with voiceover work or narration. Usually, if they do narration, they're pretty good with doing VO. Maybe you have a narration workshop or narration studio in your area. Like the studio I go to, it's a publishing studio. So all they do is record audiobooks. There are occasionally where people come in and record music, but that's very rare. They mostly record audiobooks. So in your area, there may be a place that does the same, where they just record audiobooks. They would be perfect for you to record your voiceover demo. If it's a place where you want to connect virtually, if you have Source Connect and the studio has Source Connect, you can maybe set up a session to where they can record from where they are and you can record from where you are, and they can run your session from there. So just call around. It's all about making those contacts to make sure, you get connected. Documentary voiceover, that will fall under narration. So it'll be a documentary narration. So that would, if you're going to do narration for that, that would go on to a narration demo. So you may have an audiobook demo, and then maybe you have just an overall narration demo that has audiobooks, e-learning, documentary, all of that, film, whatever. So yeah, documentary would fall under narration. Yes, Kendall, you're correct. Yes, both fall under narration. Yasmin asked, do you know any websites I can submit my work to? To submit your demos to? You would have to do some research in your area to find out what agencies are around you. So Google some different talent agencies, check them all out, go through their website, see if there's any that have voiceover divisions, check out what it means or what they require for you to submit. And that is how you would go about doing that. But again, you want to make sure that whatever you submit, it is good. Because some of these agencies talk to each other. They'll be like, you know what? Did you hear that demo? Don't talk to her. So make sure it's good. Okay. You got one shot. One shot. All right. What is the most you've made from a narration gig and how many pages and words? Oh, you're getting all of my business. Okay. I won't say exactly how much I've made, but I will tell you that if you are going through a publishing house versus self-producing like on ACX or something like that. Now ACX, I've seen pretty much the same rates, but it's very rare that you're going to find it on ACX. But you can get paid in the narration world, as far as audiobooks go, you get paid per finished hour. Okay, so that means if you're in the studio for 30 hours, if the book ends and it's 10 hours, you're getting paid for the 10 hours, not the 30 hours. Okay, now those hourly rates can be really, really good. So if you are with a publishing house, those rates can range anywhere from $200 an hour up to $600, $700, $800 an hour. So if you're doing a 10-hour audiobook, you can do the math on that. That's not like those high numbers are rare, but you can make good money on one book. Okay, bills get paid, rent gets paid. Okay, with one book. That's all I'm gonna say. Both. I visit Georgia a few times a year. Okay, well you can. I don't know that the audiobook studio that I go to, I don't know if they set up tours or not. I can ask next time I'm there because I'll be back again. I need a little break. I'm taking a couple weeks off. I'm recording a series right now and it's kicking my butt. But next time I go, I will ask, Kendall. I will ask. If send me an email so that I don't forget. But next time I go, I will ask. Okay. I do not have any connects in South Carolina. What is Source Connection? Good question. Source Connect is a virtual way for you to be able to record from wherever you are with an engineer, wherever they are. So I'm in Georgia. So if I have Source Connect, if I get a book a job out in LA, clearly I can't just hop on a flight and just jump to LA and go to the studio to record it. That's going to cost me just as much as I'm going to make, right? I can connect with the studio via Source Connect, which is kind of like a Zoom, I guess you could say. I can connect with them. And all I have to do is record in my microphone, which is connected through the app on my computer. They are able to engineer it and do everything they need from their end, and I don't have to worry about it. All I have to do is press record. Okay. So that is something that you can get or have access to. I do not have Source Connect at the moment. I need to get Source Connect. It just makes sense to get Source Connect. I don't have Source Connect. Shame on me. But there's different price points. I think there's one that's called Source Connect Now that's free. But there's so many different opinions on whether or not it's the right one to use. Sometimes people want you to use the free version and not use the paid version. Some people require you to use the paid version and not the free version. It's a lot. I got overwhelmed with just the thought of it. So that's why I kind of gave up on it. But I absolutely need to get it because I need to start booking some work outside of Georgia. Okay. So yes, good question. All right. And side note, Comic-Con anime conventions often have voiceover workshops. There you go. Attend those, especially those who are interested in character and things like that. That is really, really awesome. If you can drop some information in the chat for the people and let them know where they can find that stuff or find that information, that would be great. Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right. So I think this video is going to live on my YouTube channel. All right. So for those of you who are watching later and didn't catch us live, thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching. Definitely make sure you all are following on social media at Erica Dawn Voices and jot down my email so that you can contact me if you have any questions. If I get an email today with a question that you could ask here, just kidding. But there's my email address. you have any questions about my coaching, joining the program, clearly you can see they all know each other. They all have a great relationship. They have a great relationship with me. So they call me auntie because I'm the auntie and I'm the boss and I tell them what to do. No, just kidding. Yeah, if you have any questions about any of that, you can contact me. It's still Power Hour, even though we're about to jump off of here so that you can go about enjoying the rest of your day. Power Hour until 1 o'clock. So we got about 40 more minutes for you to jump on that 50% off to join Intro to VoiceOver. I will leave you with a little video ad so that you can kind of see what you would learn by joining the program. And then also some student testimonials. So you can read those and see those so that you can get started. Go to the website. Even if you are not sure, I always recommend that you go onto the site that I dropped in the comments, which I'll drop it again. Go on the website, read up on me, read the other testimonials there. There's actually, if you haven't seen a workshop, there is a link to a past workshop that you can watch so that you can get a better understanding or feel. You might not have time within this hour to do so, but you can join the next workshop and take advantage of whatever promo I offer there. So definitely go ahead, get in there. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you get in there and you feel like, oh, this isn't for me, you can get your money back. But I have not had to refund any money yet over 2 years. So that's really great. Everybody loves it. So let me give you guys the link again to the next workshop. Great, Kendall. Appreciate it. Go ahead and put it in the Facebook group. Rhonda said, thanks, Auntie. You're welcome, niece. You're welcome. All right, there is the link to the next workshop. And then this is the link to the website for you to join Intro to VoiceOver. Those of you again who are watching later, the link is in the description as well. Same to you. You can go ahead and check it out. And whenever we have a promo coming on, you can join my email list so that you can get access to that and so that you can know when our next workshop is going to be. I always offer promos on all of the workshops. Join the team. We're a lovely family. Okay. There was something else that I was going to say before all of that. But yeah, if there's no other questions, I will leave you with those videos and those testimonials. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was explaining what's on the website. On the website, there is a link where you can watch a past workshop and you can read more testimonials from other students who have taken the program or who are in the program, should I say. Okay, so make sure you use the promo code LUNCH50, LUNCH50 at checkout. That's going to take that 50% off or the 30% off the payment plan. All right. So if you want the payment plan, you get 30% off with that same promo code. It expires at 1 o'clock. So we got now 35 minutes. All right. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you for taking the time out of your morning or afternoon to be here with me. We will do this again. We're going to keep doing this. Next topic. I'm not sure what our next topic will be. Those of you who are already in the program, go to Facebook. Let me know what you think the next topic should be for our next Lunch and Learn, and I will get on that. And again, make sure you are following me on Instagram, Facebook, so that you stay up to date with any new workshops or events that we have coming up, especially if you want to be able to DIY your demo. That class is coming up. I didn't say it here either, but those of you who don't know, I have 3 other courses that are online as well. So once you go through Intro, we have the Tech Talk course, which is all about recording and editing. So that will definitely get you prepared for that DIY class so that you can be ready to record your demo with me. I will be coaching you through it. But again, I will give all the details on how the class is going to work and how great it's going to be and, you know, the fun that we will have. But I'm not going to give it away to YouTube. All right. So that is all. But thank you again for being here, and I will see you all again soon. Those of you in my class already, we will see you this weekend on our meeting. I didn't forget the date, but I know it's in the Facebook group, so I will go back and look. Charge it to my brain, not my heart. Okay. But we will be on the meeting. I've got a lot to talk to you guys about on that meeting, some new ideas for us as well. So those of you who join the program, you will be on that meeting too. So we'll be happy to have you. So again, thank you guys for being here. Have a wonderful afternoon and a great rest of your week. Bye.
Hello, future voiceover pros. My Intro to VoiceOver course has officially launched. This is a self-paced beginner's course on all of the basics to getting started in this business. I've fully covered topics such as warm-ups and vocal exercises, genres of voiceover, uncovering your niche, script reading and tech terminology, home studio on a budget, editing and software, marketing and job search, and so much more. Enroll today and get $50 off by using promo code VO50. Don't miss out. This offer is only for a limited time. I look forward to having you as a part of the Erica Dawn Voices student family. Hello, future voiceover pros. It's official. All 4 Intro to VoiceOver courses are now available on the Erica Dawn Voices School on Teachable. You can now begin and continue your learning with me to jumpstart a successful voiceover career. Start with Level 1 to get all the basics, continue to Level 2 for all things technique and technology, jump into the workforce after completing Level 3, which is all about branding and marketing, and take the bonus course on audiobook narration for beginners. Get access to all the perks for joining the class roster, with VIP savings on one-on-one coaching, a Facebook community group exclusively for enrolled students, and get to know your peers by attending our monthly class meetings. Enroll today and begin your journey to having a fun and successful voiceover career.